Hello. I have hands now. Do all the hand stuff, I guess. Start with that, I guess. My focus is not working very well. I don't think it likes focusing so far away. Might move it in closer later. Hello, Lara. Built this little gantry thing for my camera. Works really well. But here we are. Hands are already sweaty. My hands always get sweaty in these kinds of gloves. But my entire desk is a mess right now. I tried to just clear an area. I've got OBS on this side and chat on this side. But got a bunch of stuff stacked on the floor behind me. All right. I've got something I think is cool, but I doubt anybody else will. I don't think I've ever seen somebody do this on stream before, so we'll see. But I got this. It's a hedge trimmer. I want the engine off of it, so I'm going to take it apart. I think this would probably make a really nice like RC car or something. Not sure. Yeah, this is not quite a Gundam. I'm thinking it might make a nice RC car or something like that, or like a little remote control tank. But I have no guarantees on if I'll ever get that done. What OMG? What does that mean? How's the focus? I can't really see, like my display is kind of small. That's just the brand. I'm pretty sure it's an American brand. It's not exactly known for high quality. I don't know what the inside of this engine looks like. I think it's got compression. Might just manually focus it. The autofocus does not seem to work at this distance. Once I get it more torn apart, I can just lower it down. Right now it's kind of filling up the field of view. Is that a little better? It might actually be the same camera. I just went on Amazon, sorted by like most bought, and then just bought that one. But first things first, usually you take a look at the spark plug, but I want to get this blade off because it's really annoying. So I bet everything on here is metric. This side. How's the audio on the BGM? I have my impact, my impact wrench, but that might be a little overkill for this. Turn it down. I have no idea how to do audio, so is that better? I can't pick a single BGM, so I just got a collection of them. This is a hedge trimmer, so it's basically it has blades. My mic. These blades will cut. It's for cutting straight lines on a hedge, so you can make it nice and square. It says Excalibur on the blade. It's marketed to like 45 to 65-year-old white dudes who live in suburbia. What I want is the engine off of it. Yeah. This is kind of like a cheap one, so we'll see. I don't know. The engine is in good condition. Thinking I might build something from it, like I make no guarantees if I'll ever get it done. Like a remote control car or something. If I can get it's a little. I was sitting outside for a long time, so it's kind of nasty. Give me a second. I brought my impact wrench. It's not that size. I think it might actually just be stripped. Or they might have been torch tipped to begin with. Sure. Excalibur. I think that's the implications of that name are a little bit optimistic for this machine's capabilities. I know how to market to old white dudes. Oh boy, it's nasty. Looks like it used to be greased. You can see how this weight has it has a cutout. This is probably to offset the weight of the blades oscillating. But now that that's out of the way, though, I can take this spark plug out. Tight. Hate to impact a spark plug. These should be like 10 foot-pounds, so not on there hard at all. Let's see what we got. Looks really good to me. I'm gonna focus. Or don't even focus. Oh yeah, because I turned the autofocus off. But let's turn that back on real quick. There's the spark plug. Can use a chart. This is the manual for my motorcycle. But most manuals will have a chart like this in it. The spark plug looks really good to me. You get a little peek inside the combustion chamber through the spark plug. Definitely has no compression now. All right, so next, I think I want to get this handle off because it's kind of in the way. Too in the way to even get a wrench in there. McDonald's. You still live across the street from a McDonald's? Oh, there's your first mistake. So it's perfect time now, by 9 months. I think I underestimated the space requirements for this. Once it gets a little smaller, it'll be easier. There we go. Put that in the pile. What do we want next? Take this springy thing off. Looks like this is on here to prevent vibrations from getting to your hands, so it doesn't make your hands numb. I don't know if I'll be able to get this to work as a remote control car. Need a new clutch probably. And this thing's dirty. That junk packed in there. I doubt this bolt's been out since it was put together. Yep, there they are. I really need this thing to lose some of its mass. Let's see if we can take it off this little suspension system it's got. Alright. Looks like I might have to take this plastic part off, the little clutch housing, before I can remove this. The handle has the gas tank in it. This engine might actually, I was thinking the carburetor might be plugged up, but actually there was no fuel in the fuel tank, so it's likely that if you just put gas in this, it'd start working. I don't see anything. But let me take this handle apart. Get the throttle cable, fuel lines, and this ignition switch off. I'm gonna do it the fast way. All right, so this is the throttle cable. The ignition switch. And the fuel lines, which just came out. All right, so it looks like the handle is separate from the engine now. But I need to remove this clutch housing. This is using American sizes, which is kind of surprising. There we go. There's the clutch. Nice. This might be usable for me. Get rid of this. This has a fuel tank in it, but it's the clutch right here. Get this part off. Know what's going on here. Spinning freely. Plan on just tearing this thing apart. I might take a look inside. So this is a 2-stroke engine. Tearing it apart. Oh, there it's off. Tearing it apart might destroy it. See if I can get this off. Because it needs to have the crankcase airtight. If the crankcase isn't airtight, then it doesn't work. And if I take the crankcase apart, then I could damage some of the seals. I could probably get it back on. Just throw some, what do you call it? JB weld on, but I don't know. This right here is the clutch. Basically, the engine can't stop turning, and sometimes you want the blade to stop turning. So this is called a centrifugal clutch. This goes on the blade side, and when the RPM gets high enough, it'll overcome this spring. These brake shoes will kick out and engage the clutch, and your blade will start going. So basically, when you release the throttle and it idles down to, it goes down to idle, then the blade will stop. Get a nice pile of parts here now. Alright. I hate these stupid plastic covers that are always on stuff. I think I'll take that off next. I love when you just lose tools. I was holding up, there they are. Torch tips. I don't know if this holds the crankcase together or if it's just a decorative cover. We're about to find out. be this. Need some needle nose. I think this has to come off. Need the wires to run it. This is part of the ignition system. This cable is for the throttle. Need to figure out. Oh, I think it's coming. How do I get this off? I mean, it doesn't really work that well. It doesn't have that. Off. Actually don't know what I'm doing. See if I can see the flywheel. Could be on this side somewhere. Want to do that. Take this off. All right, see you, Boris. I just struggle with stuff for a long time. It's not turning this direction. Am I not keeping this centered very well? Be nice to keep the clutch in good condition, but it is what it is. If I break this one, I'll just get a new one and then you can have it. How does that sound? Sounds fair to me. Because it looks like it's just about broken already. There she goes. These are allowed to swing out and engage this plate. Sure, you can have the broken one. Alright, so we're still not there. It looks like I might be threaded on. But I need the engine to not turn. Okay, I can see the flywheel from this end. Let me try to... Okay. Try not to break the flywheel. Alright. That's off. So basically the flywheel has a bunch of blades on it, or fans, so I just jammed the screwdriver into the blades to keep it from turning. My throttle is stuck. Get this throttle cable off. Going to just break the plastic. There we go. That's how you do it. All right. Beautiful. This is the flywheel here. This is the pull cord. These little doodads here engage on this thing. And they ratchet in one direction, so once the engine starts, it doesn't tear your hand off. It's kind of a good design feature. Alright, now let's home this on. Appears to be nothing. Could it be? The pull cord out of here. So the engine is just this part here. You can see the cylinder. I'm gonna try to get this plastic bit off that I can show what everything does. Feel like. Yep. Sneaky. I hate when they cover stuff in plastic. It's so annoying. I mean, they cover it because people don't like looking at plastic. I mean, the actual engine. They do this with engine bays on cars too. It's like people take a picture of the engine bay of their car and it'll just have the stupid plastic piece in the foreground. Oh. I see. This part, stupid plastic piece is part of the crankcase. This seals everything. Here's the crankcase. Inside is the crankshaft. You can see that. Basically all an engine is a air pump. So the air comes in this side. It has fuel. So it presents fuel to it. It picks up some of the fuel, goes into the combustion chamber. It burns, and then the exhaust comes out this side. So it's basically an air pump that just pumps itself, essentially. I mean, since the crankcase is already open, I might as well take everything apart and take a look. So this right here is the carburetor. Its job is to mix the air and fuel. Carburetors are really cool. I don't put them on stuff anymore. Oh, nice. It's got a little filter to keep particles out of the engine. It goes over there. Keeps rocks out. You don't want particles getting inside. There's a lot of like oil and stuff on here. Hey, witch. Doing a small engine teardown. I don't know if this engine is going to survive it. I've already done some damage to the clutch. Clutch spring even go. This was once a hedge trimmer about 39 minutes ago. So I don't know what size it is. You can see the displacement. Probably like a 30cc engine. It's beautiful. I take the carburetor off right now. I think this is the one size I'm missing. Focus. Hey, Lanky Chin. Yeah, let me try. How are you doing that? I think I'm just going to stick with manual focus. I'll just be focused in this area. Love to see imperial measurements on this bad boy. It's a long screw. Or bolt. I think The carburetor is off. That's it. I don't know if my focus is good. This is the choke plate right here. This on this side is the throttle plate. So this is full choke. This is no choke. It's got 2 jets. It should have a high jet and a low jet. I don't know which one is which. So one would feed fuel while it's low, and the other would feed fuel while it's high. This one is probably sealed from the factory. I don't like it when you mess with it. So it'll just be whatever factory setting it comes with. There should be a choke circuit. This thing is pretty intricate, usually. I like that it's all aluminum. Put a gasket on here. Normally you'll have a bowl on this, but this two-stroke engine is designed to run in all orientations. So if you have a bowl on the bottom, basically normally it fills up with fuel, and then it'll open and close a thing to let fuel into the bowl. But I think this has like a vacuum pump on it. So basically it takes vacuum from the engine somehow, and it uses that to pump fuel into the carburetor. This is the prime button. It's just a manual fuel pump. So it does the same thing that the little pump down here does. You just press this to get fuel to the carb. All right, see you, Lara. Enjoy your McDonald's. All right. I think I might take this apart. So this was. What are you gonna have then? You gonna give me any other? Might take this off. Basically just killing it at this point. The torch tip. Pasta? What kind? This guy. That's too small. Tomato, nice. I don't have a torch tip screwdriver that'll fit in there. I've got a tip. I think I have an idea. Beautiful. Oh, nice. So there's the exhaust. It's very small. Lots of cancer on the inside. These two-stroke engines run are very bad for the environment. Runs a lot of fuel gets past the exhaust. I got the intake. My tools are just making a mess here. Have to swap gloves here. Model must be going crazy. Getting the second glove on is always really hard. Hands are always sweaty. Baby powder. Lube. Something. All right, that's better. It looks like it might be routing vacuum through this thing for the carburetor. Or not. Yeah, it looks like it's getting vacuum through this hole. Interesting. I don't know what else is holding that on. They really went all out with this gasket. There we go. Just the gasket stuck. Gonna need a new one of those for sure. That's interesting. Looks like it's just cut out on this side to route air through better. And it looks like it's got some vacuum lines. You can see almost see the piston in there. Wow. There's no way. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah. So it sucks air into the crankcase. holes. And then it has holes around the outside of the crank, the cylinder, to allow the air in when the piston is at the bottom of its stroke. See the piston moving on the inside. I don't know if you can see that on camera very well. I don't know if I can get this cylinder off. Got some large Allen keys. Really interesting to see how everything works. I always like to tear stuff apart, get a feel for it. It's kind of what I'm doing here, I guess. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this bad boy functioning again. I think I might have to 3D print a new seal for this side. This thing looks pristine. I guess there's a little wear on the inside. Loose. Oh yeah. There goes the seal. Look at that. So cute. Should probably have been returning these bolts to where they came from. Ah, oh, that's beautiful. Love to down. Be able to get closer now. These gloves do not play ball. Autofocus is back on. This thing is so cute. I love it. Ooh, yeah. It's got needle bearings for the main bearing instead of a journal bearing. So it's using this as an inner race. It's got the rolling element, the little cage, and an outer race. I think it's kind of sealed. It's all very oily, which is good. The carbon deposits on the top of the cylinder. I think I might be able to reuse this gasket. The crankcase must stay sealed because it uses it for its the combustion process. Might be a little too close there. Looks like it's got a ball bearing on the opposite side there. Might just have two. These magnets here. This is for the spark plug. This part here is called the magneto. Basically, it's a giant transformer. When these heavy-duty magnets swing past it, it induces a voltage in the coils. And then when you have the circuit connected through this, then it'll move a current. So basically you get like 20,000 volts through this just from swinging a magnet past. Like this is a spacer. Probably pull the flywheel, but I don't think I'll do that. This is the cylinder. This is so cool. Most of my experience is with 4-stroke engines. This one is 2-stroke. So it basically combines the intake and exhaust stroke, and it has one power stroke for every rotation of the crankshaft. Like it has some wear on the inside. So basically, how this works. Let's see. Compression ring is pretty tough. Piston looks really good. All right. Yeah. So basically, moves down. It creates a vacuum. And it uses that vacuum to pull fuel in. And with a 2-stroke engine, it'll compress the air-fuel mixture in the crankcase. And it'll feed up. And it'll shove the exhaust out at the same time. It'll compress it, ignite it, and do the whole thing over again. Oh, I wonder if I can get it back together. We'll see. I didn't bring a Scotch-Brite with me. Some WD-40 on that. Should have some assembly lubricant for this. I don't know what I got though. I don't know if I have any dedicated assembly lube. You have one job, camera, focus. Got this 3-in-1. I use this for a lot of stuff. I think I'll just move this camera back and have it manual focus. In there. All right. Hopefully this lube doesn't hurt anything. Should be fine. Get some on this bearing here. Grab like 3 bolts. Love how tiny everything is. Yeah, I think that'll work just fine. Looks like this gasket might have been pinched or something. Really should have brought some Scotch-Brite. Love how it only has, I guess these could be called head bolts. Only has 2. Seems like you should have at least 4 on there. And my other head bolt. Hopefully having too much oil doesn't make it run rough. It might. I wouldn't be surprised if I got debris on this main bearing. This isn't a very sterile environment. Cylinder in here, I mean the piston in first. Oh, it's done. I killed it. And that sucks. Oh, that. That's dumb. That sucks. Oh, I broke the compression ring. This keeps the gases from going around the cylinder. It keeps the air from coming up top. So I guess this engine will not survive. It's pretty cool to see what the inside looks like, though. Almost like it's not designed to be taken apart. But, oh. I wonder why that's so fragile. Seems like it should be made of something that isn't prone to cracking. Like a spring steel. Man. But it's cool to see how everything works. They keep putting plastic on everything these days. You can't see any of the moving parts. Magnets keep picking stuff up. Might be able to find something else to use this for. Really sucks. Oh, piston fits in there nice and easy now. I wonder if it would have enough. No. Might have enough compression without the compression ring, but I doubt it. This thing's done. Keep that upright. All right. Well, I guess now that it's all broken and unusable, I wonder if I could find. There's no way to replace that though. Once that's broke, it's broke. All right. Because since it's all broken, can't do much more than that. All right. So I think tomorrow I plan on doing my Halo stream. I didn't think of a thumbnail to make for it, so I haven't put the waiting room up yet. I don't know, I'll probably think of something tonight and then put it up. I'd like to do Call of Duty again. I think I can, whenever I do it, I can probably finish it in one go. Should take this flywheel off while I'm here. It's already broken. Might as well. I like a counterweight. It's hard to get this on. If I can get it with just 2. Probably not. Maybe just a screwdriver. There we go. That's the flywheel. Keeps the rotational momentum of the engine. Otherwise, when this gets to the bottom of its stroke, it just decide to not go back. So this spinning keeps everything going. Looks like this taper in here is cast. Normally you'd see a machining on that. It's probably pretty cheap. There's that. Looks like there's 2 bearings. This is just a anti-friction bearing. Only on a 4-stroke engine you'll have a journal bearing or plain bearing. This is a really interesting little machine. Take the magneto off. There's the magneto. That provides a spark by swinging the magnets past it. That's the crankshaft. Bearings feel good to me. They're not spinning freely, which is what you want. There's no play. This is a perfectly healthy engine I seem to have destroyed. Still find it interesting that they were using that plastic cover for part of the crankcase. All right. I think I might call it there. It's a lot shorter than I planned. I was thinking I was planning on putting it back together. Parts I didn't really need. I mean, with the leaving out the parts I don't need, but got too cocky. As Han Solo says, don't get too cocky. But it is what it is. Thought this would be a cool Handcam stream, so my next one, I've got this. I haven't ordered the parts for it yet, but this is Arduino Mega. I plan on building a Speedwino out of this. Need to check to make sure this is the right one. This is just something I had on hand. I know they make 2 different types, but I think this one should work. I need to order the PCB board and all the circuit components. I can get this going. I have another engine outside I pulled from a car that I plan on getting running. But I need can't run it outside the car with the stock ECU, so need a custom one. That one should allow me to have full customization, but I want to solder it up on stream, so all right. I keep this, I guess. But it's a 2-stroke internal combustion engine disassembled. All right. So I'll probably stream again on Friday. I want to do a Call of Duty stream again. I think I can probably finish it. I'm about halfway through, so we'll see. All right, that's all for now. Thanks for everybody for coming.